So one of the reasons why we are trapped in time is because we broke time every time that the CERN in Geneva is on.
What happened was we made this universe sort of out of balance, and our universe...
Because of the collider, the super collider?
Yeah, we altered the weight of a single electron, which I believe shifted us into a parallel universe, considering that we caused a chain reaction that could have catastrophically destroyed our universe. I mean, even when we thought about starting it, we thought our universe would implode, and then it didn't, and we're like, oh, it's okay. Well, maybe it did implode. We just instantly got shifted to another universe.
And it said that the place where all this is broken, and that's why we are here in Egypt all the time. Everyone starts to talk about it because everyone started to know what was the mistake. The multiverse, there's something broken, time is broken. So everyone is telling about that. Everyone is talking about it because now it's in the subconscious because we started to figure that out. So when people started to figure that out, like, wait a moment, something is broken in time, suddenly the books, the stories, movies, it all started to talk about it. Which is amazing how it works. We are all interconnected. So what is happening to Earth can affect Mars and Venus mainly. Those are the first ones on being affected. And so they are the ones that hold our energy. So it's not that Earth is dying. Earth won't die unless the sun explodes, of course. But that's the only reason why the Earth would die. Otherwise, there's something inside the human beings that is not human, is the planet Earth, that as every particle that completed a stage of evolution, it creates an expansion, so it keeps going and going. For example, the most easiest way of seeing it is salt. When one of the particles, it's extra charged with electrons, it starts to call back other ones. So it starts to expand. The same particles start to expand through water and sodium. They start to inflate, and they start to connect to one another, creating a bigger structure. Have you seen how the salt starts to create? Like they appear like beautifully everywhere. So a planet, when it fulfilled a pattern of information, of energy, expands to the other one's side. So the Earth is actually expanding to other planets through us. We are not leaving Earth. Earth wants to expand. That's another point of view. We are not leaving Earth because Earth is dying and we don't want to be in Earth anymore. Actually, Earth created us so its consciousness can reach Mars, Venus, and other places. So the consciousness of Earth expands everywhere. We have died so many times here. The Earth had destroyed itself 6 times from zero. There was nothing. Everything died. And here we are. So, yeah, it dies and rebirth, like we do. But the cycles are very long, millions of years. The last big death of Earth, it was a tiny death that was at the last glaciations. So in the past 3 million years, So 3 million years ago, a glaciation started that was kind of a death of the planet, and it came back. But the biggest death that we can remember was a few million years ago after the dinosaurs. So for the Earth, it's not much. It's just us.
What happens to the Earth? It explodes.
No, it doesn't explode. It's just the inside of the planet. For example, now it's happening. Iceland is opening. And if Iceland starts to crack and open, that means that the pineal gland of the planet is opening. Have you seen the news? What's happening in Iceland? Iceland is a country that is divided in two. One part in America, the other one in Europe. So that crack of volcanoes is a place of fire. And that part there means day and night, within, outside. So it's the pineal gland of our planet, Iceland. So now the volcanic chain of Iceland is opening. It's cracking. So all the volcanoes towards the shore are exploding and opening. So if that happens along the entire reef of the planet, for the planet means enlightenment. For us means fire, clouds, death. But the planet is like, I'm becoming enlightened. Because I'm opening my third eye, so now I can see. The inner light is coming out, and I can see now. So for us it's terrible, but for the planet is a new birth of something. In the what? In a soul. The soul can travel through light, so it will move through light. So it can go to another planet. It can get trapped here, and it can once and again reset, restore. So souls are going to be born once and again here. And sometimes they evolve as dinosaurs, and then they evolve as a chihuahua. So but souls will be always here. Like, unless there's a ray of light that hits the soul and opens the path outside the planet. So if you want to die and be born in another world, the best way of dying is going to the North Pole or the South Pole. Otherwise, you get trapped in the gravity. If you go to the North Pole during the day and you die there, the reflection of the light of the sun against the ice will reflect outside the planet, not absorbed inside the planet. Because the magnetic field reaches on the top, but not the very top. So all the rays goes away through the reflection of light in the white sheet of ice. That cannot happen in a mountain, mainly because you get trapped in the particles of neon, oxygen, and nitrogen, and hydrogen that are there. So you start to reflect, and suddenly you come back in a tree, in a plant, or in an animal. But if you are exactly in the North Pole or the South Pole, your inner light can be reflected outside. So maybe it will take you 600 years to be born in Orion, which is the closest, or 400 years to be born in Sirius until the light reaches there. But that's a way to go out from the planet. Otherwise, gravity will always pull you here. Like an enlightened one can choose and understand what is happening. Someone that has not awareness of that just experience this beautiful spinning reality of light and colors, and suddenly you start to become something, but you have no idea how long happened, how long it was.
Being on a medicine journey for
Exactly, for maybe 5 minutes or 5 million years. During this life, you have to concentrate a lot into that. Like, if you want to go to Mars, dress like Mars, look like Mars, act like Mars, put your intention on Mars all the time. Look at that, look at the planet, study the geography, read everything you can from Mars, meditate and picture yourself in Mars, because your consciousness is this. Your consciousness is this. So if you want to go to Mars, but you're on Earth, to get here, your consciousness needs to create the feeling that you actually are there, that you have become that. If you don't become that here, when you die, you will keep going here. So you have to become that reality in order to be in that reality. It's not just about, oh, I want to go to Mars. It's not that. It's every cell, atom of your body must feel, I am there. You know, I am in that reality. I am. In order for you, when you transcend, to go into that reality. But it doesn't mean that you will acknowledge that, because when you are in Mars, you will say, oh, Earth is beautiful. Why am I not there? Here is all desert, nothing, no oxygen. So, you know, so I don't know. So, because you won't remember unless you are meant to. It's so beautiful to become something different that you don't actually care what you were before. So when you do this, it's beautiful. It's being an electron inside a cable. It's the most beautiful thing you can possibly imagine, but as a human, weird to imagine. It could be.
was this table existing when they added it, or it was just the cable?
It could be a bridge, like this Einstein-Rosen bridge, which connects everything. So a cable can be also a wormhole in the universe, but it can actually be a cable. Yeah. It's just that when you are an electron, there's no difference of crossing from one planet to another in a wormhole, or going from that light to that light. So, yeah, or the tower's there. So for an electron, it's like, I don't care where I am. I'm just spinning. It's fun. So, so the wormhole that we have in our planet, the point with less gravity, where we can open that portal, is in the south of India and Sri Lanka. That's the point. South of India and Sri Lanka is a place with less gravity in the planet. So also is a place where you can actually build this portal. This portal is connected to an island here, that is connected to a node here, that goes straight here. And this finds the balance here in Tibet to cross like this. So this structure that goes to Atlantis and another island here is the gate that opens the inside of the planet or the outside of the planet. So basically, all this territory here was Atlantis. This is the Atlantic, this is Africa, this is Asia. So in all this territory, we have Atlantis. If you go like this, you have here Iceland. So if Iceland opens, all this information gets released, for example. Here we have a place called Amsterdam. Here, Tristão da Cunha. This is in Lesotho. This part here. Here, of course, Egypt, Tibet, Canary Islands. Yep. And if you cross this line here, there's a spot called Green Cape. Green Cape, Cabo Verde. This is Sri Lanka. When Atlantis was here, when they discovered the power of the world and how to go through Stargates, they wanted to conquer this territory because they needed to go through here in order to access to this information that is the bridge through time and space. This territory was Lemurian. Lemurian territory. So that's why these people from here were willing to go here to find this portal, which is in Sri Lanka. Have you heard the story about Rama? Yeah. Rama was a prince in India, and he was bored because he had everything and he knew the world and he didn't want to do anything else. So a master said, you are bored of this reality because you are ready to see the other one, the other reality. So he started to find its own way to enlightenment, and he was but then Sri Lanka was full with demons, and the demons were trying to take him out from this enlightenment path. So they stole his wife and put it in Sri Lanka, and from that he fought the demons, asking the help of the monkey, Hanuman. So Hanuman and Rama created a bridge that connected India and Sri Lanka so the army could go to the other side and defeat the demons. So that's how Rama became enlightened in Sri Lanka. And the bridge is something that is a mythical thing that they are studying if it was an actual thing, a real thing. So this can kind of describe an army coming and trying to get here, to this side of the world. So this bridge actually is talking about a bridge between time and space. Okay, so India, Sri Lanka is a bridge between time and space. And this middle point here is contained by these two other points, Amsterdam and Tibet. So this is the line of going to the void. And it replicates with the line of creating the everything. It's the tectonic plateau that I was showing you the other day. Yeah? This part like this. So it connects these places. Like this. So this is the tectonic fault. That connects both sides. And of course, this one goes like this. And this one goes like this. So here, what we have is like one side of the door that is going to be open. That's the idea. The inner world should be open and create a breach, this breach, through time and space. So what they were trying to do is to enter and conquer time, not only space. So become God. So the Atlanteans were trying to conquer these territories because they said that in that way we can create a breach. So we can activate the machine of time and we can become the divine. We can become the creators. And in the middle point of that, what we have is a crack in the network, which is Bir Tawil. So that's why I'm talking about this place as a point to put the key and open the gate. So what gate? Behind that is the way to repair time. I don't know more about it. But every time that we go inside the Great Pyramid, we are trying to access that information. How to bring the keys. How to open the keys.
What about the center of the grid, like of the rectangle? That's not an important point? Like
An important point?
like in the center of the rectangle that you get from.
What? In the center?
Yeah, the center of this rectangle.
This?
Yeah.
Apparently is the birth of the Nile in Lake Victoria. Yeah. So all this part of Africa is breaking apart. So you see the lakes that are in Africa. The lakes that are in Africa that are like this. No, it's the other way. So you have these lakes in Africa. Okay, so all of this, here is Lesotho, the country. So all of this from here, from Lesotho, is a crack that goes like this, and it divides the country. It divides the continent. So all of it, this would be like the center of this door. So all of it, it's like the place to open the origin of everything. So that's why yesterday I was explaining this line. Yeah, that's the crack that needs to be open. And the way to open it is to create the breach, create this breach, activate the Nile, download the key, put the key, open it, bring the consciousness to the moon. So it's a complex thing. It's not something for this weekend. So the fun part of this is not that, okay, we have to do it. No, it's happening. Like all these people that are in the world doing their part, but they are not connected. Like everyone is doing a different part of it. Every story is a key, a clue to connect how it all works. But they are all doing it separately. Everyone is doing something different separately. So the main thing here is how to put all the machinery together so the clock starts to work.